Welcome, and thank you for joining us for this week's Sutra of the Week, the Yoga Sutra of the Week. Today we're going to talk about Patanjali's Yoga Sutra from Chapter 1, Sutra 33. Let's begin with our chant to Patanjali. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjali Ranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankha Chakra Siddharinam Sahasrashirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Shrimate Anantaya Nagarajaya Namo Namaha. And let's begin. And so, Yoga Sutra, Chapter 1, 33. Maitri Karuna Muditopekshanam Sukha Dukha Punya Vishayanam Bhavanataha Chitta Prasadanam. Now we'll do word for word. Maitri Karuna Maitri Karuna Muditopekshanam Muditopekshanam Sukha Dukha Sukha Dukha Punya Vishayanam Punya Vishayanam Bhavanataha Chitta Prasadanam Chitta Prasadanam Maitri Karuna Muditopekshanam Sukha Dukha Punya Vishayanam Bhavanataha Chitta Prasadanam. Maitri Karuna Muditopekshanam Sukha Dukha Punya Vishayanam Bhavanataha Chitta Prasadanam. And so let's practice chanting the sutra together for a few times. Maitri Karuna Muditopekshanam Sukha Dukha punya vishayanam bhavanataha chitta prasadanam maitri karuna muditopekshanam sukha dukkha punya vishayanam bhavanataha chitta prasadanam maitri karuna muditopekshanam sukha dukkha punya vishayanam bhavanataha chitta prasadanam. I invite you to practice this chant for a couple of days or a couple of moments. See how it makes you feel. The quieting of the chant changes how you feel. And how do you feel? I can tell you that when I chant this chant, it opens my heart and lightens my mood. And so that is something to be said for the energy behind these words and the way that it's chanted. And when you chant the chant, how does it make you feel? What is the feeling in your body? What does that mean for you? And so here's the Sanskrit meanings to the words. Maitri is friendliness, right? Karuna, compassion. Mudita, joy or appreciation. So this is a kind of a list of qualities that when we focus and bring them into our lives, that we can bring about serenity and peace. Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upekshanam. Discernment. Upekshanam or upeksha is discernment or equanimity. It's the ability to not be bothered by something that's going on around us that we maybe would normally get triggered by or have an opportunity. We're choosing to not get triggered by that. In our daily lives, we see all kinds of things happening all the time in pretty much every situation. We see sukha, which is agreeable and pleasant. It feels good. Sukha is pleasant and nice feeling. Dukkha is painful. That's a constriction of your heart space. So where sukha is an open-hearted space, dukkha is like this pain and suffering, and you're kind of like, you see the shoulders coming in, and feel like you have to protect yourself. There's pain and suffering there. Punya is noble, noble deeds, and apunya is improper or people doing deeds with not great intentions. They're not noble. Some people would say that this is wicked. I don't know if I like that word wicked. I like non-integritous, maybe better. So at different times in different places we go, we see people or ourselves participating in all these kinds of activities. Sometimes we're doing great things and they're agreeable and we love them and we're happy, which is sukha. We're happy and it's pleasant. Other times it's painful. People are in pain. They've lost their job or they're ill. They're in pain. They're having difficulties. Some people are out doing really great things, feeding the homeless or helping people in whatever way that they are helping people ourselves as well, give ourselves that pat on the back. Apunya, maybe doing some things that aren't proper, maybe having the not best intentions in some things, or feeling jealousy, these kinds of things. And so what the sutra is saying is that no matter what the subject matter, vishayanam, whatever is going on, right? Bhavanataha, when we focus our attention, bhavana is a focus, a mental focus, chitta is our mind. So no matter what's going on, when we focus our mind on these qualities, right? When we focus our mind on friendliness, so that we can be friendly towards those that are happier, towards those people that are happy in happy situations. We can be friendly whenever possible. Compassion, we can have compassion to those that are suffering. Try to bring the energy up a little bit, try to help them to feel better. We can have joy and appreciation for those people who are doing great deeds and who are doing good things in the world that make a difference, people are out there making a difference. And those people that are maybe not acting or being their best selves, including myself sometimes, I think, then I cannot be moved by that, right? I can have upeksha, which is discernment or equanimity. I can distance myself from those things. When I encourage those qualities in my life, when I focus on those qualities and make those choices as often as I can, then prasadanam, then it brings me serenity and calmness and peace, right? Joy. It calms things down so that instead of these wavy things going on, we find a little bit more equanimity. We find a little bit more of a place that's serene, right? It may not be where we want to go eventually, totally connected with our true selves, but at the same time, it's a huge step forward to making those things progress. It's the first step, right? To feel good about yourself, to feel good about where you are, is the first step. And so here is a very common translation. Tranquility in life, prasadanam, and in our relationships with ourselves and others comes when we take the attitude of maitri, friendliness, towards those that are happy, karuna, compassion towards those that are suffering, mudito, joy and appreciation for those that are doing good works, and upeksha, indifference for those who are not acting with integrity. And when we can do those things, when we focus our mind on those things and encourage when we cultivate these qualities, it brings tranquility and serenity to our lives. This is one of my favorite sutras. I'm so happy to share it. And so here's a little bit of further reading for you for our Yoga Sutras of the week. These are some of my favorite translations. They're certainly not the only ones that I look at. I have a lot of notes also. I've gone through the Yoga Sutras with a few teachers, but I love these different ones and especially for this sutra, the Secret Power of Yoga by Nishkala Devi, the second one on this list, is especially wonderful. So, especially wonderful. Thank you for joining. I'm happy to have you here for the Yoga Sutra of the week. I hope you found it inspirational and interesting, and I hope that you enjoyed our sutra. We'll do it again next week. If you need to contact me, please don't hesitate at Annie@wondermentgardens.com. You might put Sutra of the Week in there if you're so inclined. You can check out my website at wondermentgardens.com. Have the best day ever. Namaste.